Welcome to this short practice for the spleen and stomach meridians. So finding a nice comfortable seat as always, lengthening the spine. We'll inhale and draw both arms up. Turn the palms over, fingers tipping. And as you exhale, just pushing the air down towards the level of the belly. Inhale, rising up. At the top, turn the palms over, exhale, pushing the energy, the air all the way down, hovering at the belly. And one more. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, as you push the air down beneath your hands. So for this practice, we're going to start in a nice wide knee child's pose with a twist. So taking your time, coming into the pose, separate your knees to the outer edges of your mat or beyond. Ease your hips back to the buttock, to the heels, and we'll slide the left arm under. And for the moment, just allowing that right arm to drape loosely over the lower back. Settle into what feels like a comfortable position, remembering some of our principles of a yin practice, that we try to become muscularly still, disengaging all the muscles. We try to allow the whole body to become still, avoiding the tendency to fidget, if possible. Perhaps if the urge arises, thinking about drawing your breath first into that space, rather than moving. And then we're holding for time. So for our practice this evening, we're holding these first two poses for 3 minutes. So come to your breath, listening to the sound of your breath. And on each exhalation, can you release a little further, relaxing the joints of the hips, the knees, elbows, shoulders. The emotional qualities of our splee, chi, or energy connected to the element of earth, and a sense of being at home inside ourselves. Our splee chi represents the link between the self and the outside world. When our spleen chi is in balance, it can help us adapt and feel connected psychologically with spontaneity and our own ability to assess situations, enabling us to come up with an appropriate response. Continue to stay connected to your breath. And then we'll slowly begin to release that right arm down. Press the palm into the floor, ease yourself up, and just take a little stretch up with the left arm towards the ceiling. And place that left hand down and prepare for the right arm sliding under the left, bringing as much of that right shoulder down as you can. And then just allowing that left arm to drape over the lower back. Settle into the pose, finding your comfort and ease, and think about relaxing, letting go of all the big muscles in your body. When our spleen is unbalanced, we can sometimes feel anxiety, nervousness. Each time the mind is busy with thoughts, just allowing those thoughts to disappear, float away. Watch them float by and anchor yourself back down to your breath. Using your breath at all times as an anchor to the present moment. Observing and feeling the sensations that arise in your body, acknowledging them. And again, if anything is becoming irritating or the desire to move is starting to appear, just seeing first if you can use your breath, breathing in, drawing your breath into that space, that part of the body, wherever it might be. Beginning to release the left hand, press it down into the floor. Inhale, take a gentle stretch up with your right arm. And then coming all the way back down as we prepare to come into the half saddle pose. And we're bending the right knee. If this is too intense, remember you could slot either a folded blanket or a brick under that left hip to rise up a little bit. And then come down slowly, perhaps first taking a moment on the elbows, seeing how that right thigh feels. And then maybe, if you feel it, listen carefully to your body. You might release the whole spine down to the floor. You can wiggle a little in the beginning, relaxing the hips, finding a comfortable position, and perhaps maybe reaching and stretching your arms back behind you. So in our half saddle pose, we find ourselves very close to the earth. And with each expiration, we are allowing that right knee joint to soften a little, to open. And perhaps allowing the whole of the back body, the whole of the spine to release down each time you exhale. Allowing also those shoulder blades to melt, ease down towards the floor. Chin is very slightly dipped to the chest. And the left outstretched leg soft and relaxed. We'll prepare to release this side, coming out slowly first to the elbows. Press the palms down, lift up the chest, inhale, and release that leg. Perhaps give the legs a little bit of a shake out. And then just coming over for a moment onto all fours as we prepare for our next pose, which is our dragon pose with the right knee forward. Walking the left leg back, unhook the toes. And we'll keep the chest drawing slightly forward. You can soften and close down the eyes or have a low gaze ahead of you. Whatever is feeling more comfortable. Connecting to your breath. Holding for just a few more breaths. And then we'll release, walk our hands back slightly, straighten that leg, and just allow the chest and the head to dip towards that outstretched leg. Just a little counter pose to release and relax the leg. Last few breaths here. And slowly we'll bring that soul down to the floor and settle into our sleeping swan pose. On the right side, walk the left leg back. And then slowly, with your forearms making a little pillow, draw your chest forward and release your forehead down. Settling in to sleeping swan. On the right side. Softening down through the right side of the hip. That left outstretched leg, soft, relaxed, all the muscles released. And remember, if you're drifting off in thought, just returning to the sound of your breath or the feel of your breath, observing it as it moves through your body. And slowly preparing to bring yourself all the way up. Draw your chest forward. And then bring that leg back. Walk the other leg in. And we'll just take a little reverse child's pose for approximately 1 minute. Allowing the shoulder heads to drop down towards the floor. Lower back nice and rounded. Perhaps thinking about drawing your breath into your lower back, all the way up the full length of your spine to the base of your crown. And we'll prepare to release. Press both hands into the mat. Slowly ease yourself all the way back up. And then we'll repeat that sequence on the opposite side. So this time, we'll come into our half saddle. Left thigh, working through the left thigh, so bending the left knee. Remember that you can put that brick or blanket under that right buttock to lift or raise your hips up slightly, to raise your right hip up if needs be. Coming to the elbows for a moment, settling in. You can stay here if the thigh feels a little too tight to come all the way down. And then if you do wish to do so, maybe raising your arms up beyond the head. Nice opportunity here to allow the spine to sink fully down into the floor. Feeling close to the earth, absorbing all that energy from the earth. Relax the shoulder joints, elbows, wrists, hands, the hips, knees, ankles. Thinking about perhaps drawing your breath into the low belly, up into the ribs, to the chest. Prepare to release, bring the hands down, coming first onto the elbows. Take your time. Ease yourself up, lift the chest, and then slowly release that left leg. And just give a little shake out. And coming over onto all fours. Coming into our dragon pose, we'll step the left foot forward and walk the right leg back. Lift the chest, fingertips to the floor. If that feels like a little bit of a strain, you could also place 2 bricks, one under each hand, just to lift yourself up a little bit more. Last few breaths. Preparing to release, straightening out the left leg, going onto the heel, and just bowing the chest and head forward for a little release for the leg. And from here, preparing to come into our sleeping swan pose. Stepping the left foot up and heel toe across to the opposite side of your mat. And walk the other leg back, making a pillow with your forearms, one on top of the other. And just relax and release your forehead down into that pillow of your forearms. With each exhalation, allowing the chest to drop down closer to the ground, the joints to soften and open. Preparing now to release. Press into the hands, lift the chest, draw the knees in. And again, we'll just take a little moment in a reverse child's pose, forehead down allowing the lower back to round, shoulder heads drop and release down towards the mat, palms facing upwards. Allowing the exhale to draw the shoulder heads down towards the ground. Preparing to release, hands under the shoulders, press and lift yourself up, draw the chest forward. And then we'll prepare for our final pose, dragonfly pose, widening the legs as much as you can. And then allowing your chest and hands to draw forward. Oh, and I think I decided to get my bolster here, so you can also pause and do that if you have one, and make it into more of a restorative pose. And remember that if dragonfly is too intense on the inner thighs, you can also take butterfly pose, just bringing the soles of your feet together and then releasing the chest and the head forward. So dragonfly with the bolster supporting the belly, the chest, the head, becoming a nice relaxing pose to finish our sequence with. Allowing the back to round fully. Taking a little check of the legs, that the muscles are fully switched off and relaxed. The feet are relaxed. And just enjoying this beautiful forward fold. These forward folds help to switch into our parasympathetic mode, so can be extremely relaxing to practice in the evening before going to bed. Staying connected to your breath as it enters and exits the body. And then we'll slowly bring the hands to the floor, press the palms down, lift the chest. Ease yourself all the way back up, and then we'll prepare for Shavasana, our resting pose. For my Shavasana this evening, I decided to put the bolster underneath my knees just for a little extra support on the lower back. So feel free to do something like that, or a rolled up blanket. And perhaps covering yourself up with a blanket if you're in a cooler space, so that you can allow yourself to fully relax, release, and let go. Allow the shoulders to roll out, palms of the hands facing upwards. Relaxing both feet, both ankles, both knee joints, both thighs, both shoulders, shoulder blades melting down, back of the head, the whole of the right arm, heavy, relaxed, released, and the whole of the left arm, heavy, relaxed, and released. Whole of the right leg, heavy, relaxed, released. Whole of the left leg, heavy, relaxed, and released. Both arms, both legs, heavy, relaxed, and released. The whole of the spine, from the tail to the base of the crown. If you have time, you can stay on, relaxing and enjoying your Shavasana. And if not, you can begin, like me, to take some gentle stretches. Open the mouth, yawn or sigh. Hug your knees to your chest. Roll out your lower back with some gentle massage. And then when you feel ready, gently rolling onto one side, press your top hand down and ease yourself back to a cross-legged position. Once again, finding length through the spine, lift the chest up. We'll bring our hands to prayer. Bring the prayer to our third eye chakra. It's reminding ourselves to have kind and loving thoughts to ourselves and others. To the lips, reminding us to have kind and loving thoughts to ourselves and others. And sealing back at the heart center, reminding us to have love and compassion for ourselves and all beings. Namaste. Thank you for joining this Yin practice this evening, and I hope you sleep well.